Warning, warning. Two idiots are reading the SCP files over the intercom.
Hello, welcome back to Discovering SCP. We are back after a 10-week hiatus. The podcast has finally returned to YouTube.
I don't think there was any hiatus, but there was some wonky recording for a hot minute.
Yeah, you've been gone for a while, Darnell. You don't remember.
Yeah, I got conked over the head by Tan. But anyway...
Exactly. Before we begin...
Yes.
I have to apologise to the viewers of our podcast.
Why?
Because last episode I promised that this would be the Spike Brennan episode.
Yeah, that's never happening. We already know.
I'll open... This is not the Spike Brennan episode. Let's get that out of the way.
Honestly, this is your fault, the viewer, for expecting it to be. So it really is your fault.
Exactly. But I'm still pretty... I'll forgive you. So we'll do it next episode. And I
thought next episode
this time.
I thought next episode was our super special secret. You know what? No, it should be the Spike Brennan. We'll do that one later.
That's the first I've heard about this super special
secret. No, remember we talked about it. I was like, what if we did this? And you were like, that'll be so funny. I don't want to spoil
already.
All right, hang on. Let me DM you real quick. Don't worry about it.
You can do it later.
There, I DM'd you.
But what I was saying is that we've got something even better than the Spike Brennan episode. We've got a special guest. Who could it be? They're here now.
Help, I am being held against my will.
No, you're not.
What a joker.
That's so funny. Here, let me loosen those bonds for you a little bit. Yes, would you like to introduce yourself,
thank you.
friend?
I can read again. I am SD Locke, formerly Shaggy Dreadlocks on the SCP Wiki. You probably only know me from my 001 proposal, but I swear I've actually written more than that one thing.
You wrote something recently, right? You were posting about it on Twitter, I think, and it was blowing up below.
Oh yeah, that's something I'm working on with Jackal Related and Rounder House actually, but it's work in progress. We haven't really gotten into it yet.
Still though, it seems exciting. I don't know. You're also one of the 5 SCP people on Twitter that is not unbearable. You're very funny.
Oh, I'm good that I can be bared.
You are indeed bared. But enough about bearing and unbearing. Tanhony, how many of Locke's articles do we have today?
So this is a bit awkward given what we've just discussed. What we have here today is SCP-001.
Oh no, Dan! This is
why oh god.
This is so sad. That's messed up, Dan.
This is SD Locke's proposal, which is called When Day Breaks.
Oh, why have I heard that name before? I feel like that's been in our comments a lot.
Yeah,
because I don't read SCPs before we do them, but I recognize that instantly.
There's a lot of off-site stuff about When Day Breaks. It's memed on very much.
So much.
Interesting. Oh, this is a cute CSS. I like this.
Yes, this is actually made by Estrella Yoshite. She made the cool theme and the image at the top and all that neat stuff.
Shout out to Estrella. Also, I had a brief moment. I don't know if you well, you said you've watched, so you probably know that my initial aversion to long articles. So I was looking at yours and I saw this first block and I was like, oh wow, a short one. And then I was like, wait.
No, it's all collapsibles.
Yeah. At least that makes it easier on my brain, actually. Wait, what's this? I see there's a collapsible on the eye. Oh, that's so cool. It has all your other stuff.
Yeah, it's a cool little module that people are adding now.
Well, hold on. According to the upvoterinos, people like 5999 too. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that was for the 5,000 contest. I actually second to Mr. 5,000 here.
So we know the alternate timeline where Locke won and we live in a utopia. What is 59? Well, maybe you shouldn't tell me if we haven't read it.
Yeah, we will get to it.
It's a lot to explain.
Yeah, we do not have to explain it. We probably have to do an episode on it.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, that was a dumb question on my part. But yeah, I guess shall we get started?
Absolutely. I'll kick us off. You find the access tunnel hidden within a natural cave a mile off the main road. You don't need the key card. The door is ajar. It smells here. It smells like them. Hopefully they've moved on. You've come so far already. You can't turn back now. There's a slick trail that leads from the cave entrance into the depths of the site. If it's blood or shit or something that's made off one of those things, you cannot tell. You make a point
173?
to avoid it.
Blood and shit?
Poopy peanut.
Poopy peanut. That's like my favorite part of 173 is that like the first thing they describe is the blood and shit on the walls. It's so funny.
You're still receiving the distress signal. It only started broadcasting yesterday. Whoever it is, you pray they're still alive.
Sorry to interrupt again in like as many seconds, but actually it's kind of interesting that you're starting off here with a second person perspective. I'm sure.
Was, oh, go ahead.
No, go.
It was this was actually for the 3000 horror contest.
Really?
And yeah, I ended up because people were kind of like, "This is really amazing, but we can't like have this be 3000 and other people do it because it's so different."
That's honestly, it feels to me like you were robbed in 2000s contests, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
So you better win 7,000, and if you don't, I will literally burn down the wiki and kill Rounderhouse.
Oh my god.
Let's continue. Your footsteps echo throughout empty corridors. Each footfall sounds for all the world like a dozen, as if you're not treading through the dark alone. Elevators down, so you take the stairs, and you're on floor B5, Keta Holding. You pass several empty containment chambers. The horrors they once held are long gone, if you're lucky. The trail takes you to an office branching off the main hall, the source of the signal. The door is cracked open but stuck. You plant your feet, push with all your might. Something skitters out of one of the rooms to your left and around the corner before you can get a good look at it. Your first thought is dog.
But the actual result is cat, because this is SCP.
You take refuge in the room, slam the door behind you. It's dark here, you're safe. You take off your jacket and head wrap. It'd be a damn shame to die from something like hypothermia after all that's happened. The sole-operating emergency light rotates in its casing, casting a pale orange glow across the room every other second, as if the room itself had a pulse. There's shelving haphazardly placed behind the door, a barricade. You scan the room. Soiled clothes, half-eaten food. Despite the presence of an adjoining restroom, there's excrement in a bucket in the corner. A pneumatic chamber on the northern wall would have been delivering consumables to the occupants. The trail terminates in the corner of the room, forming a sick puddle. You spot 3 pharmacy bottles. Further inspection reveals them to be various opioids. They're all empty. There's a desk with a computer atop it. Approaching the terminal, you can clearly see the blinking light of the power button. You take a seat. Turn it on.
I gotta say, the second person perspective plus the way Tanhony was reading it, about halfway through that, I started like thinking of the instrumental from the Shia LaBeouf song, if you've ever heard that. And that was like what I started visualizing. You walk into the office, take a seat. There it is. Have you ever seen that, Locke?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? Okay. Well, we're in the middle of the podcast, so I can't do it now. But as soon as it's over, remind me. I'll send you the link. It's like someone did like a whole musical number about like a second-person perspective song where Shia LaBeouf's a cannibal hunting them down. It's pretty great.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm looking it up, and this is... I'm looking at the lyrics. Jesus Christ. All right.
Emergency protocol activated. Clearance level safeguards removed. Full access granted. Secure, contain, protect. Loading.
Oh, dude, tell me you run the SCP software on MS-DOS without telling me you run it on MS-DOS.
You hear footsteps just outside the door. Every first step comes down heavy, the second drags behind it. Loading, authenticating. A dark shape blots out the light streaming in through the slit between the floor and the doorway.
I could hear the hard drive whirring with all its might. No.
Authenticating. You tense up, waiting with bated breath, praying it will pass. You damn the deafening thumping of your heart for betraying your position. Please wait. The shadow recedes. You breathe a sigh of relief just as the screen comes to life. Opening file. Automated Secure System Notification Code 235, ASSN 235. There's been an error in retrieving the current iteration of the SCP-001 file. You're currently reviewing revision 3. Newer revisions can be accessed at the bottom of this page. Shall we open the first file?
Now, very, very interesting for a lot of reasons. First off, I want to say, I know we're not really that far in it yet, but I'm already loving the atmosphere you're constructing. And the way you use the page space with the dots kind of spread in that vertical fashion sort of adds to that feeling of suspense, I think.
Like building tension with it.
Something about how it's like aligned to the center, too. Just like little extra touches you made with the visual aspect here. I really enjoy. That being said, I think it's going to be really funny if we read all this and like it takes us an hour to get through the collapsibles, but it's only been like 2 seconds in the universe and it ends with the thing eating it or something.
Revision 3/12 updated 1,312 days ago.
Oh man, so that's like, how many years is that? 4? 4.5?
Something like
I think
that.
so.
Okay.
Item number SCP-001, object class Apollyon. And we have a picture of it as well there. What do you think of that, Donnell?
It could be a sun or it could be a devil moon.
Ooh.
A devil moon.
Yeah.
I've heard this before.
Or blood moon, you know what I mean. This podcast ruined my brain. I just use devil in place of evil thing now.
Special containment procedures. Due to its nature, SCP-001 cannot be contained. Survivors of the SCP-001 event stationed within secure facilities must remain in contact with one another.
So this is interesting because, sorry, again, I do this all the time. So this revision's from 4 years ago, but already this was something that had resulted in some event that affected a ton of people. But I would assume it didn't get them to the point that our protag is at now. So I'm curious where it's going with this.
Personnel are encouraged to attempt to reach not Site 5, personnel to be reminded there is no Site 5, Site 19 by any means at their disposal. Personnel with knowledge as to the whereabouts of the O5 Council to relay this information to the Administrator.
Minor, just the minorest of things. Because this is phrased in a way of like revisions, I understand why story-wise there wasn't a whole other revision, but it's a little strange to me that instead of just adding a new revision, they like crossed out in the current revision and put the new site in there.
Oh, that is like that's kind of like I added that later. That's like a little Easter egg. The Great Hippo a few years ago wrote an article about this thing called Site 5, like what happened to Site 5 or something like that.
Right.
And it was awesome, but people were like, "Yeah, this is like." I don't know. He took criticism a little harshly, and he ended up deleting it. But yeah,
I think though.
To kind of reference it, like in all my articles, I put a little like hidden link that actually leads nowhere to nothing.
Interesting. No, I actually think that's cute. I think that's cool. Sorry, I see. It helps to have the context. This is why we got the author here. Helps me out.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep
Survivors
moving.
attempting to travel outdoors must fully cover their bodies in protective clothing, preferably several layers. Travel by foot should be limited as much as possible. Cities and man-made structures in general provide the greatest protection. Formerly wooded areas should be circumvented. Travel by air is preferable over all other methods. Personnel exposed to SCP-001 are to be considered lost. Compromised personnel to be abandoned. Euthanization is not to be attempted. Collective instances of -A that are of formidable size to be avoided at all costs. Conductive electrical weapons have proven partially effective at immobilizing instances and may be used for self-defense. Incendiary weapons work as well. Cryonic munitions are the most effective thus far. Testing has revealed that -A is relatively safe to consume. This is only to be considered as a last resort in the absence of other options. As -A may reconstitute within the digestive system, only small portions should be consumed at a time to prevent blockage.
This is giving me like a Regenerators vibe from Resident Evil. Ugh.
Ooh.
Like
Personnel stationed at...
never mind, go ahead.
Personnel stationed at Site 19 are to pursue research concerning off-world colonization. Shuttles must be constructed as to not allow light to penetrate the interior.
Okay, so I am r/I am the asshole here because I assume this was like before things went to pure shit, but it seems things have already gone to pure shit at this point.
Yeah, it's like instantly shit hit the fan.
Damn.
And we have a little note here from the Administrator. Why don't you read this, Donnell?
To those of you with families, or God forbid, children, I'm deeply, deeply sorry. You must push on. Do not let their deaths be in vain. We do still have time. Humanity may still have a future. Come to Site 19. We need all the hands we can get. Learn to embrace the darkness, friends. Fear the light. the administrator.
Description. SCP-001 is a designation given to the Sun after an event on data lost EC-172 contactus has been, resulting in estimated 6.8 billion casualties within the first 24 hours.
Oh, jeez, that's like everybody, almost.
I would have survived.
Sorry, I'm built different. I was in England. We don't get sunlight there.
Oh god.
This event has been categorized as an XK triangle class solar singularity scenario.
I'm going to assume that's Delta Tan.
No, it's a
Delta
triangle.
Actually, it's triangle now.
Oh.
Can't you read? Do you know what? Not know what a triangle looks like, Darnell? Seriously?
I've been betrayed by Locke. I can't believe this.
The SCP-001 effect does not seem to result from exposure to ultraviolet rays, but rather light in the visual spectrum. 390 to 700 nms. The effect is similarly present in light.
Nanometers, buddy.
It says nim.
Dude, sometimes I wonder, Tin, have you ever taken like a science class?
I wasn't listening.
/Gen. Wait, what do you mean you weren't listening?
In
science class. I thought you meant like you didn't hear what I said.
Upon contact with visible light produced by the sun, living organisms liquefy at the point of contact, so it looks like their science didn't do much to help them. Weird.
Unlike me, who was built different and survived.
I don't know how light works, so it doesn't work on me.
Yeah.
Visually, this is reminiscent of melting wax. The time this takes is largely dependent on the level of exposure and size of the organism. Despite this restructuring, at no point do living organisms perish.
Do you think the only people that made it are like those insane people that wear like the white gown and like the weird white makeup and the sunglasses and the parasols to the beach and stuff?
You just need like one of those little umbrella hats.
Oh god, like the only people who survive look like horrifying because they're like so... What, Tan?
I just imagine like a guy in a Hawaiian shirt with one of those umbrella hats like unharmed. No apocalypse.
Yeah, the only people who survive are weirdos who like absolutely hate the sun.
Upon completion, these organisms, -A, take on a gelatinous consistency. Motile organisms will attempt to orient themselves in a fashion reminiscent of their previous form to varying degrees of success. Flora typically remain physically inert, yet still capable of photosynthesis and still produce oxygen. Organisms capable of flight lose the capability to do so. Fauna remain sentient and display behavior that parallels their non-anomalous counterparts when not absorbed into a collective instance. Humans retain a modicum of sapience and memory. Biological anomalies exposed to 001 are affected in the same manner. It seems that exposure nullifies any previously expressed anomalous characteristics.
See, the fact that it mentions like collective instance makes me wonder about things like a beehive or an ant colony.
Ugh.
When they all melt together.
Yeah.
Due to the composition, instances of -A that make contact with one another may combine and blend at the molecular level. This does not seem to cause any pain or distress to the instances. The resulting bulk can inhibit movement. Since the 001 event, most instances have congregated into such collectives which seem to possess no maximum volume. The resulting biomass is amorphous and chaotic. The component organisms will shift between a full to semi-liquid states. Limbs and bodies will rise periodically within the mass for a short duration, before deteriorating and being subsumed by another life form. Collective instances will locomote by using their appendages in tandem to carry their mass. Larger instances will form a pseudopod from their constituent life forms and drag themselves about in a manner similar to amoeba.
Oh, I thought there was an actual audio log. I was like, oh shit.
Don't know, why don't I pop recording this bit to you because I'm getting tired.
Sure. Alright, open attached file. Audio log. Boop, boop, boop. Access granted. A harsh static lashes out of the speakers when you open the file. Alright, Anomalous, I'm counting on you for like next level sound effects here. You got this.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it, I'll trust that you did it.
Yeah. Dan, why do you keep saying that? You're so mean. He made us like a freaking animation last time.
There's no pressure, because what I'm really saying is if you don't do it, I'll never know.
Yeah. That's always, you always have the option to not do our little dumb gimmicks. Because
I'll never find out.
It disturbs the stillness of the room, catches you off guard, and quickens your heart's pace. There's some handling noise as the recorder adjusts their microphone. A brief moment of silence passes, and then... This is Dr. Logan Igoda, level 3 researcher. There's a quiver in her voice that betrays her attempts at professionalism. She pauses, takes a deep breath, and continues. Due to Site-46's possession of several communicable info hazards, we've been cut off from the rest of the network under Blackout Protocol. As such, I'll be updating this as we come across new information. On the bright side, we are actually still receiving transmissions from a few sites. A good number of personnel have made it seems. Some are planning to make a break for 19. Some are trying to fight the Dash A's. Some, like us, are simply biding their time. Our site is sealed for the time being. We're not ready for the journey. At least, not yet. We experienced a containment breach a few days ago. One of the higher maintenance humanoids broke loose. Son of a bitch compromised containment on half a dozen ketters and ran off. They didn't make it more than 5 feet from the tunnels before collapsing in a soup. I watched it play out on the cams. It didn't take long for them to get back up. She stops again, muttering to herself incomprehensibly, before you hear the unmistakable sound of a match strike. She exhales audibly. Much better. Not exactly a designated smoke area, but what the hell, right? Commander Enan suited up and went to town on them the next day, tried to drive them off. It didn't turn out very well, poor bastard, but we did learn a thing or two at least. There's only a few of us left here. I'm holed up in one of the offices. Jerry and Director Phillips are somewhere in the barracks. Clyde and a few Ds locked themselves in the armory with Ari. I really should see how she's doing. She trails off for a moment before you hear the buzz of radio chatter. Hey, hon, how you holding up down there? A voice responds.
I think that's her talking there.
Oh, my bad. Hey, hon, how you holding up down there? A voice responds, a man with an exaggerated mocking tone. Oh, I'm doing just fine, Poopsiekins! I want you to know I love you bunches! Logan shoots back. Who? What? Knock it off and put her on, damn it. I need to speak with her. There's a clamor on the other end while the radio changes hands. A soft voice calls out, concerned. Babe, what's wrong? Logan responds. Wait, I'm confused. Who's who right now? I'm lost.
Logan is the original speaker.
Okay. Babe, what's wrong? Logan responds. Nothing. I just wanted to check in real quick. Ari pleads. I'm fine, babe. Really, I can take care of myself. A creak. Logan shifts in her seat. No, I know that. I can't help it, though. I know coming here was never easy for you. Pause, exhale. Logan continues. And with everything going on, Ari interrupts her. Hey, you told me you quit smoking! There's a ruckus as Agoda presumably attempts to snuff her cigarette. Oh, no, of course not. I mean, I did stop. Ari doesn't sound convinced. I don't think I'm the one you need to worry about. I'm staying clean. I haven't even thought of touching Nestix in months. Trust me. Anyways, since you were wondering, I'm fine. The guys are sitting around playing cards. I'm tucked in the corner with my notebook. You can practically hear Agoda smiling as she jokes. Sweetheart, penning a sonnet about my undying love at a time like this? I'm flattered. Ari responds with a feigned laugh. An elegy at the moment. I feel like if I don't keep myself busy doing something, I'll go crazy locked down here. I know what you mean, hun. I'll let you get back to it. I love you. Ari replies. Love you too, babe. A moment of silence. Then a match strike followed by an audible exhale. Oh, you didn't stop smoking!
Liar!
This is okay. This is me every time someone on the internet lectures me about smoking. And that's all of us. Everyone else was either topside during the event, or they were killed in the breach. Director's orders are to stay put. Keep an eye on the cams, both in and around the facility. We've got the 001 skips beaten at our front door, and God knows what else locked in here with us. We still have electricity. We should for quite some time, and the place is stocked with enough supplies to last the site a couple of years. We're going to be fine for now. Everything's going to be fine. She waits a beat before ending the transmission. Alright. This is back to you, Tan, and I think the next time we get one that's like an audio log, I would love for you to do it, Locke, if you're interested.
Yeah, we could do like a little popcorn action.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll read this lengthy next section then.
I just realized it's like 2 seconds long.
Revision 5/12, updated 1202 days ago. Item number SCP-001, object class Apollyon. Special containment procedures, no changes submitted, information collapsed. Description, no changes submitted, information collapsed, that's what I like to see. Open attached file, incident report 001.
I think, honestly, more SCP. There's a lot of SCPs that do that where like things are only slightly different. They should have taken the Locke approach. It saves us time.
Access granted. They've just been sitting out there this entire time, calling out to us, begging for us to come outside. The noise drew in more of them. There's this one mass that I'm sure must have been a few dozen people, and God knows how many animals rolling around inside it. Screams and bleats and screeches and howls non-stop, louder than all hell. The worst ones make this disgusting moaning like they're actually enjoying it. They're not going to leave so long as they know we're down here. We managed to talk one of the Ds into going out, see if he couldn't draw them away.
You know that meme of like the rage comic guy, and he's hiding behind the thing, and he's like, "I hate the Antichrist. I hate the Antichrist." It's just what I'm imagining.
He was surprisingly okay with the plan. All he asked for was a gun in a single round. He made it out there, and one got a hold of him, tried to get his mask off. He managed to work the pistol up beneath his chin in time, got it off. I figured he was lucky. After he fell limp, though, it kept working at his suit, pried off the hood, poured itself inside, began tearing it off of him from within. He came back, started changing, dripping out the suit and screaming and screaming
because
and screaming.
They turn you into like bioslurry, so they probably were able to repair the damage in a way. Oh no!
They won't even let us die.
That's a cool detail, Locke. I like that.
The director has a plan. There's an escape tunnel hidden in his office. Traveling to the site will take us to a safe house. We should be able to start towards 19 from there.
Oh no! Now I'm getting a Soma vibe.
Pass off this little exchange to you two.
Are we on 8 out of 12 now?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's a rating, but
No, I know. I got lost because I hit the last revision.
I've realised I'm stupid. I didn't realise that was like revision 8 out of 12 revisions. I thought it was just like
you thought I was just reading it before we were done, and that I foregone the 13 and out of 10?
Yeah, I fucking wish.
No, I'm not foregoing. You don't get it because that implies a 6 out of 13 is like less than a 50% grade.
We've gone so fucking long without arguing about this fucking rating system.
You know what? You're right. Our friendship exists on the fact that we don't argue about the rating system. Locke, would you, because the rest of this is like collapsible. When we get to this audio log, would you like to read for a bit, Locke?
Yeah, I think how we could probably do this is I'll do the prose and you can continue being Logan.
That sounds like a plan to me. We're shaking on it through the computer screen. You can't see it.
Take a little sip.
A little sip? Delicious. Bioslurry.
No.
Putting a straw in the like mass of gross stuff. Okay. So revision 8 out of 12, updated 1,200 days ago. So this was how many days after the last one? Not many, like 2. Okay. Wait, and that's 3 revisions in some more revisions than days. Oh gosh. Item number SCP-001, object class Apollyon, special containment procedures, and description no changes. However, there is now an attached video file. Access granted.
You see her for the first time. Dr. Agata is seated where you are right now. She has a pained look. Her eyes are bloodshot. A large, wet, red-black blotch has formed on her breast pocket. She draws a shuddering breath, parts her lips as if to speak, and stops herself. She bows her head and cries silently. After a minute, she manages to choke out.
The tunnel flowed in through the ceiling, dragging them into the light and ripping off their clothes and...
She reaches into her breast pocket and withdraws a finger. The glint of a wedding ring is visible above the severed portion.
No.
She holds it close in cupped hands and runs a thumb across the glimmering band. She sits like this for an eternity, whispering apology after apology, begging forgiveness, lost in the moment. She looks up after some time. There's a look of realization when she sees she's still recording, before she places the digit back in her pocket. She leans forward, as if to turn off the camera, when a radio crackles to life. It broadcasts white noise for a few seconds, and then a voice that sets you
Oh no! Oh, you are devilish for this. No.
I'll do. I think like what is it? It's kind of like a creepy voicey monster thing.
I can do that voice if you like.
All right, yeah. Let's have Tan be the monster.
Logan.
Creepy monster voice is just prepubescent teenager.
Sorry. Logan?
Hey.
Sorry.
None of this will sound good unless Anomalous does some post-editing magic.
You do something to what I'm about to do. Logan? How many fucking times am I going to say Logan?
However many it takes.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's good.
Anomalous can just put them all together into like one soupy.
Super Logan.
Yeah. It's Ari almost. Her voice has taken on the disgusting, gurgling tone characteristic of the affected. Logan's jaw drops. Bleh. Logan's jaw drops. A little color that was left in her face drains. It speaks out again.
Right, you. Why can't I get back inside? Are you there?
Logan rummages beneath the desk for a moment and produces a handheld radio. Her hands are shaking. The thing implores her. Its inhuman speech curdles your stomach.
Hey, that's alright. I'm alright, really. It's a bright, sunny day, and you're just wasting away down there.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting chills. Oh man.
Logan is in tears, her finger hovering just above the call button. The Ari thing draws a deep, wet breath and speaks.
Such a beautiful, clear blue sky. Just like that day. Do you remember, babe?
Logan withdraws a cigarette with her free hand, followed by a pack of matches. Her shaking thwarts the first two attempts to light it. She swears silently. Third time's the charm, and she inhales a quarter of it in a single drag. The Ari thing continues.
It was so perfect. Everything was always how I dreamed it would be. You planned exquisitely. I never felt so in love.
Logan begins rocking back and forth.
You even had the band play our song.
Starts singing.
I feel good in a special way. I'm in love and it's a sunny day.
Logan hurls the radio across the room. It smashes somewhere off camera. It's still somewhat operational. You can still hear the thing singing.
Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine.
More voices join in the chorus as the radio slowly loses life. A few, a dozen, then more. They continue singing until the radio mercifully dies. Logan rushes out of her chair, and you can hear her vomiting off-screen. The video films the empty seat for several minutes before she returns to end the feed.
Chills. Oh my god. We're not even halfway through, and I'm already like, this is a masterpiece, baby. This is awesome. That's crazy. How could you do this, Locke?
I love the way you say that's crazy.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
I can't believe that happened.
Sorry, I'm just like, oh, it's so devilish. It's like, oh, you did it so good. This feels like something straight out of a horror trailer.
All right, so our next collapsible, we're going back to prose again. Something isn't right. Should I just continue the prose?
Go for
it.
it.
If you want to continue the prose, yeah, absolutely, by all
Right.
means.
A lingering paranoid sensation washes over you. You're being watched. You defensively dart your eyes about, though they take a second to adjust to the darkness beyond the monitor. The emergency light sweeps across the room, stretching and twisting the shadows beyond recognition. That's when you spot it. There, in the corner. Coming out of the puddle. Time slows to a halt. A pair of hands, coated in the lustrous black slime you followed through the facility, are on either side of the sickening pool, as if something beneath the floor is bracing itself, trying to lift itself up. Something inhuman. The head comes next, rising from the muck. Matted hair conceals its face, plastered over it by the mystery fluid. It turns in your direction. It stares at you from the corner, which once again falls into darkness. The emergency light continues its journey across the room. It washes over the puddle again, revealing nothing out of the ordinary.
Oh my god, there's a little slime gremlin running around now.
Slime gremlin.
I'm waiting.
Don't be sad.
Don't be sad. Be glad. It's me, Bumble, the slime gremlin.
Hey, it's a sunny day.
I'm reading SCP files in here.
Oh my god.
Are you winning, Logan?
Stop!
I'm sorry. I'm bad.
This is actually an insane SCP, though. This is so good. The fact that it didn't get to be in the 1,000 contest for some bullshit reason is a literal crime.
Well, I don't think was it a case where it wasn't allowed, or
no, it was allowed, but it was like after seeing like a dozen people like, yeah, this is really amazing, but downvote because this can't be 3,000. I just deleted it.
What I'm hearing is those people suck and are stupid, and you were ahead of your time. Honestly, this is like that time when Nico and I made the meme one, and someone was like, "I don't upvote memes." It's like, shut the fuck up.
That time wasn't that like 2 days ago?
That time, yeah. But by the time this comes out, it'll be like 2 weeks ago, and no one will remember it.
Well, it'll be a week.
No, it'll be a week and 2 days. I'm rounding up. Smile.
It doesn't work like that. Even if you round it up, it's...
Hey, Tanhony, how about I break your kneecaps?
Whoa. Okay, I'll read the next file bit.
Wow!
Revision 9 out of 12, updated 986 days ago. Item number SCP-001. Object class Apollyon. Special containment procedures. No changes submitted. Information collapsed. Description. No changes submitted. Information collapsed. And just for our viewers, I'll do the next bit too. Open attachment. Access granted.
Wow.
Go.
Kind of you.
Thank you.
Alright. Dr. Agata appears on the monitor. She's lost weight. Her eyes are bloodshot and wide. On the table before her lay a knife, a bowl, and a stack of manila envelopes filled with yellowing pages. Atop this stack is a blood-stained parchment.
Popcorn to Tanhony for the speaky bits.
Oh, okay. Despite the things we have to deal with here at the Foundation, I've always believed we'd be able to maintain control. Would hold the darkness at bay, let mankind flourish in the light.
Oh no! That's actually such a good parallel. I didn't even think about that.
It's been getting harder and harder to find a reason to keep going, especially without.
She grabs the knife. Oh.
No, please continue.
For a moment.
I keep going over it again and again in my mind. That day back in the tunnels, everything that happened. I've gone down there a few times, if only to hear her voice again. But it's wrong. That thing on the other side of the door isn't her. Not anymore. It sounds like her. It knows everything she knew. But it's not her. It's like it takes your body, it steals your mind. What about your soul?
She slices into the palm of her left hand and winces. You watch her clench her fist, draining her blood into the bowl.
If this works, if I can bring back something the light couldn't reach, I'll post an update here. For now, signing off.
Is she like summoning? Is she doing something occult, or is she like summoning forth an SCP? It's like, come hither, 682.
She's trying to like get her soul from the sun thingies.
Freaking sun, dude.
That's revision 4,847 out of error. Free raw. Updated 985 days ago. Item. Hurts. Object. I'm not reading this whole thing in that fucking voice. I'll make it more normal now.
Alright, pretend the rest of it was in that voice.
I'll apologize. Special containment procedures. SCP-001 should not be contained. Survivors of the SCP-001 event stationed within secure facilities can never truly be with one another. Personnel are encouraged to get over themselves and stop thinking they know better.
Twitter thread?
You can't hide down here forever, love. Me talking to you in the comment section.
Aww.
Personnel exposed to SCP-001 aren't people you can just abandon. I didn't ask for you to save me. It wasn't your choice to make. Euthanization is not to be attempted. Conductive electrical weapons, have proven partially effective at immobilizing instances. You couldn't stand seeing me better off.
Oh, I'm now realizing it's the original, but like the bold parts are the ones where Ari's like commenting. I got confused for a bit.
Incendiary weapons tickle. Chronic munitions are the most effective thus far. Personnel stationed at Site 19 have no regrets. Neither did I. It's never too late, babe.
No.
Description. SCP-001 is the designation given to the sun after we finally became free. The effects are instantaneous, resulting in release from all suffering until you ripped me away. These changes seem scary, I know.
I don't know if it's a
Despite-
release from all suffering based on what happened to that D class. He seemed to be suffering quite a bit.
Those were screams of joy.
He was just very passionate.
Despite these restructuring, at no point will you die. I promise. Due to the composition, instances of -A that make contact with one another may combine and blend and finally exist. This does not cause any pain. Since the 001 event, most instances have congregated into such collectives, which seem to possess no maximum volume. Don't be afraid. The resulting biomass is beautiful. The component organisms will shift in and over and around and through and in and out and in and out and in limbs and bodies hold, never letting go. Alias one before deteriorating and being subsumed by another life form.
Oh, wait, that links to something, too. 475. Do we know what that is?
I
It's
think that's just something that references this, so I just kind of like as a shout out included that. It's not
nice.
really important.
collective instances will locomote by just trying to get close to you again. Trying so hard. Let me in. Let me go back.
Oh,
We have some pros here, so
there's a video file attached. Opening it, you see that it presents the room you're in. The feed seems to be coming from one of the security cameras up in the corner of the room. It's dark, but you can just make out Dr. Agata laying on a pile of laundry along the far wall. She's writhing in her sleep. She seems tormented, hurt. She's tossing and turning and mumbling nonsense words. The camera shakes. It lifts upwards for a moment before it focuses on her again. It starts moving closer, slowly. Speakers come to life, picking up an airy, breathy static. As the camera moves closer to the doctor, it becomes clearer, crisper. It's not merely white noise, but dozens, hundreds of voices whispering unintelligibly over each other. You lean in, press your ear almost against the speaker, trying to discern what it is that's being said. Something strange stands out amidst the discordance.
are you paying attention? This next bit is just for you.
You're not quite sure what to make of it, though. Looking back at the monitor, the camera has come to a halt inches away from the sleeping doctor. The voices stop. There is no sound. A hand, black and oily and skeletal, reaches out for her, brushes away a lock of hair. Her eyes shoot open. She recoils in shock. The feed cuts out.
Revision 12 out of 12, updated 1 day ago. I'm just going to skip over the part that hasn't changed, if that's okay.
Damn, this guy.
That's crazy.
Should I keep doing the voice then, or is that done now? Like, how
Whatever you'd like, Tanhony.
Well, I'm tired. Why don't you keep going?
But you take a little nap. I know it's been hard for you.
Oh.
Thank you. I deserve this.
Dr. Agata appears before you on the
But
screen.
yeah, but we've got some pros, so we're gonna start from there. I
Tan,
guess.
she's been talking. What are you doing?
Hello.
Tan?
Hi.
Oh no, he can't hear us! He's in the devil world! Tan,
Hello.
we're here! You're insane! Mentally!
I can't hear you.
The viewers can hear all this. I'm OBS recording. Hello?
Oh, I don't know how.
Phantom Zone.
Yeah, Locke was like, she was in the middle of reading, and you were just like, so are you
I'm
going to
sorry.
read the prose?
I'm sorry. Everyone just went silent for me. I was so scared.
You got consumed in the biomass for a moment. When I say take it easy, you took it too literally, and you shut off your auditory reception.
I shut off all my fucking senses.
Oh my god. Alright, I guess start from the top.
I'm sorry. I really do apologize.
Is he back in our universe?
Yeah,
I'm
he's
back.
here.
I'm back.
Oh, good. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Dr. Agata appears before you on the screen, looking even worse for wear than she did previously. Her hair is thinning, with large swaths appearing absent from the middle of her head. If they weren't reflecting the soft glow of the monitor, you would have assumed she had no longer had eyes for how deep they'd recessed into her skull. She stares ahead, unblinking.
She won't stop. She won't go away. I know I didn't pick up an info hazard browsing the archives. Tested myself for SCP-8673 infection. Negative. SCP-9189 is the only other one that uses print as a vector. Can't but be that. I still have all my fingers.
Her lips crack into a broken grin. She lets out a weak laugh and displays her trembling hands. What appears to be the mostly skeletal remains of a finger is embedded into the flesh of her left hand, on the stump that would have supported her natural ring finger. 2 wedding bands loosely encircle the digit, laying atop one another.
So I'm not infected. I'm not crazy. I know the ritual worked. I know it's really her. It's her, and she...
Something catches her attention off screen. She cocks her head, listening.
No, I can't. You're not you. Not the same. Not you. It's not you anymore. Nope. No.
She begins rubbing her temples, repeating herself over and over again. A minute passes. She snaps her head back up and addresses the camera.
It's her, but it's not. What I brought back still a part of one. There's no way out, no way. There's no hope for a future for me, and God, I can't go on like this any longer. I'll be safe here. The light can't reach me. I won't let it take me.
Brandishes a handgun.
Was planning on using this till I found some leftover meds. Don't want to risk calling attention to myself to my body.
She opens the desk drawer and deposits the firearm. She raises her gaze, stares into the camera.
Mom, Dad, sorry. I'm sorry.
She reaches forward and ends the recording.
That's horrible.
You open the drawer. Oh.
No, I was just saying that's the next collapsible.
You open the drawer and pull out the gun. You absent-mindedly turn it over in your hands for a moment, wondering where you'll go from here. Site 17? 64? Surely you can't be all that's left. The computer dings. There's been an update to the file?
Wait, you? Where /Umbra? What's /Umbra?
/Umbra. Oh, these are more like links I added after the fact when people started writing things about this.
I
So they're just more shout-outs.
I'm back.
Back. You're just in time to read this next bit.
Tan, I know it's a lot to ask, so don't if it would like destroy your voice, but do you think you could do a special voice for these? Dan? Oh no, he can't hear me, can he?
Uh-oh.
He said, uh-oh, just keep going.
Sorry about that, my Discord is freaking out. I'm back now.
I was going to ask, can you do... don't do it if it's like too much for you, but can you do your super special voice for these bits?
We're at the last bit now?
Yeah, with the italics.
Oh no. Wait.
If you can't, I know it's a lot, don't worry about it. I can read it. And then, Locke, I think we'll end us off there. Hello, Tanhony?
Hello, sorry about that. Now it's better. Now it's fixed. You want me to do the voice?
Yes, if you can.
Please.
Because I know it's like a lot to read in that voice.
Okay, so you're starting to break up again, so I won't be able to hear you.
All right, here's what.
Keep going.
Yes, just do it until the end of the italics,
okay?
And then Locke will do the last prose bit.
I'm going to assume that's okay because I can't hear you anymore.
Oh my God, the sky! What happened to him?
The front skies, rays, blazing sun, a chance encounter, awkward displays. One day my love would be as one.
Object class.
With 2 entwined, the set words begun. That frantic, wild, lustrous haze. Azured skies host the radiant sun. Special containment procedures. Above us beaming as we run down the aisle of fervent graves. The day, my love, we became as one. I'm dying.
You can't do it! It's okay, Tan! You've already done enough! Tears are rolling down my eyes.
Live the life we want. Commitment and duty for the family we raise. Cerulean skies bury the shimmering sun. Description. Parody. Jackal by fate overrun by ever-growing resent and malay. Yesterday, my love, we were as one. Now you lie here, the life you got. In the dark outside her rays. I bear the torch, our son. The day my love will be as one.
Is this an actual song? I gotta look this up.
No, this is just a little poem I wrote for that.
Based.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the fact that I was doing that voice, I imagine most of that was unintelligible.
Are you?
Oh.
No. It all came through for me. Are you?
Yeah.
Can you hear us now, Tan?
I have moments of lucidity, but sometimes you do break up a little bit. We'll have to deal with it though.
Maybe perhaps you should fix the little antenna on your house so it can pierce through those clouds. Get a little sunlight in you. Alright. System error. Alright, no. Leave it lastly to you, Locke.
Right. Without your prompting, the page begins playing a video file. You freeze when the image loads. It's a live feed, looking down on you from behind, about a foot away. A skeletal, inky left hand enters the frame, approaching you at a snail's pace. It's missing its ring finger. Without a second thought, you turn and fire in a frenzy, hoping to drive off the specter. Bullets meet an empty wall. There's nothing there. A second passes before you hear it, before you hear them. Sloshing, wet thuds coming down the corridor, accompanied by a chorus of screams. It slams into the door. Could there be a place to hide? It strikes a second time. What appears to be a face, part human, part something, dribbles in under the frame. Bits of flesh from God knows what oozes through the sides and reconstitutes into fingers, eyes, feathers. A third. Now it's pressing up against the wood, causing it to sag inwards. With a groan and a crash, the wood splinters. The door explodes open. Hands and arms stretch out of the mass, pulling you up, passing you from one to the next, on and on down the line. They drag you past the empty containment units, upwards and through the stairwell, through the halls and towards the tunnel. You're afforded a few precious moments in the darkness, and at the end of the tunnel, there is light.
That's so much more menacing than if they just subsumed you. I gotta say, this might be... I feel bad because based on what you described, you get locked into this pun intended, locked into this article a lot, and people focus on this despite your other works. But I gotta say, to an extent, I can sort of understand it because this is freaking awesome. The way you build suspense and tone, and just how you slowly unravel the story and all the little bits, just masterpiece. I would confidently, without hesitation, give this a 13 out of 10, and probably would say this is my favorite article we've ever read. This is just really, really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Is there anything you would like to share or talk about this article or your other works or anything before we move on to comment reading?
Not really. I think we're pretty good.
Anything you want to plug?
I would say folks at home should check out the very recent SCP 6670 from Ekronak.
Yeah, people keep talking about that in SCPD.
Yeah,
I can't read it because but...
Horrifying. It's one of the scariest things I've read on the site. It's scary as hell.
Tan, you should put that on our docket if you're still alive.
I don't think he's still alive.
Tan!
No, he's back.
Dan!
This guy, Tan fixing what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to fix it.
Fix the internet, forehead.
The internet's fine, it's Discord itself. Everything else is working just fine.
Control plus R.
Can you hear me? Can you hear what I'm saying? Control
We
R.
can hear you.
Control R. Hello? I press Control R. What is that?
Okay, it's just us now.
Yeah. It reset his
So-
Discord. He'll be back in a second. So I guess it's just you and me, Locke. You want to do some comment readings? You want to take Tanhony's place on the podcast forever?
I can't do an English accent, but I can try.
It's okay. It'll be better without the English accent.
Oh, okay.
Tanhony has now been replaced by Locke. We are going to read... So last episode, we read 6,000, and we've got some comments here. I'm so excited. This first one from Lan is Mr. 5000 versus Mr. 6000 epic rap battle. I would love to see that. Would you watch an epic rap battle of history versus Mr. 5000 and 6000?
Every day of the week.
Absolutely. Comedy Man Kelp says, some sort of short story that ends in a punchline that you won't... Wait, no! JTKC left the same comment twice, so I'm just going to read it once. They say, 6000 was a weird one for me because I didn't really get it at first, lol. Maybe I just enjoyed 6001 Avalon much more at first, since I'm a sucker for world building, and there was a funny cat, so I was a bit salty it didn't win at first. What the fuck is with SCP and cats? You guys have like 10 billion cat SCPs. That's crazy. But after reading into 6000 a bit more, I guess I understood the deeper meaning of stories and our path in life, while 6000 also being a love letter shilling for the Wanderer's Library, which Rounder's the admin. Still prefer 6001, but I now get why it won. Also, 6001 is more of a tale than an SCP, so I kind of get why some were against it. Great to see. Wow, so people still have that like mentality of like, oh, that's so dumb. SCP Wiki, you guys are fucking stupid. How about you just let 1000 be what's good and awesome and fits the theme and not worry about arbitrary bullshit? I guess that's sort of a nature of 1000. Like, not to diss any thousands, because all the ones we've read have been so good, but like, I guess when you win based on mass appeal, whatever has like the most... I don't want to say common denominator. What's the word I'm looking for? Whatever's appealing to the most people without being against their definition of what SCP is supposed to be will win. But I think that just sucks. Because I feel like they really lost out with A Day Breaks. And I don't know about 6001. We haven't read 6001 yet. But that just sucks. Hello?
Oh.
Sorry, I don't mean to make you feel awkward with my ramblings.
No, it's okay. I was listening to your story. I was enraptured. I was just sitting patiently.
Enraptured by my rant. What do you think about it? What is your stance on this? Do you feel robbed personally?
No, not at all. I mean, when I was writing it, I was like, it was for the 3000 contest, but I was like, damn, maybe it should be a 001. And like midway through, I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
Fair enough. At least the 001, I think, still does it justice on some scale. Yeah. This is a really good one. Thought Experiments and Other Stuff says, my thoughts on 6000 are mixed. While I can see the appeal, and it is a very good story, I just think that there were more deserving SCPs. EI 6004, 6001. Rounder, don't listen to this comment section reading episode. These people are insane, and I'm so sorry for your loss. King T-Rex 101 says, the garden is Tanhony's place.
Exactly.
Oh, now you fucking can hear.
Oh, I was back for a second just to hear that, but it's breaking up again.
Oh my god. Did Control plus R not work? Oh my god, he really is gone. That's so bullshit. Guare Fernandez Emil says, SCP-6000 is by far my favorite X-1000 article, as it has both a great concept and writing. Since I assume the next episodes are going to be about Series 7, and I'll share my favorite skips there so far. 6001 Avalon, 6010 Carcinization, 6020 But Doctor, I am the Earth God Hepalocally. 6033 The Friend with Many Arms, 6063 Epithet, 6140 The True Empire, 6380 The Irish Problem, that's a funny name, 6420 Arachnolagophobia, all of the Harbinger skips. And finally, of course, SCP-6000-J. I already read The Great Gatsby, buddy. Some will recommend SCP-6666, but I would say that until you read more of the Cactus verse, you should not look it up. Good recommendations. Hopefully Tan will pick those out, Guare. What do you think? Any of those strike your fancy, Locke? Have you read any of them?
I read, like, I tried to read most, but the thing with, like, the 6000 contest is everybody made, like, these epic long articles.
Yeah.
I can't talk down because I was on a team with several other authors, and we put out something that ended up being like 92,000 words.
That's just too many words.
An entire novel. Yeah, it's way too much.
SCP Wiki, calm down. I don't think the answer is to... I mean, obviously, everyone should write what they want, even if that's like a billion words. Yeah, just do you. But I don't think the answer, which I saw a little bit in Series 7, is like return to Series 1 length. But I do think like... And I'm not saying this is the case with the one with your group and a lot of these, because I know a lot of people just write really long SCPs. They really love their narrative. They're invested, and, you know, that's what comes out. But I do think some people on the wiki kind of treat it like a contest of word count. And I especially see that when they want to get crit, like, just pumped out a 20k draft. Anyone want a crit? It's like, you shouldn't really worry about how many words it is. You should worry about if you're happy with where it is at the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to bloat your article. But that being said, I think if you write something super long and that's what you want to come out, you should always write what you want. Don't worry about the haters. I don't know where I was going with that, sorry. Boris WW says, fun fact, director Tilda Moose was originally an author avatar for The Deadly Moose, who wrote SCP-1000. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's cool. Also, the way you can have separate pages share rating and address is through clever utilization of a list page module. Normally it's supposed to make lists, but here allows for displaying whole contents of a separate hidden page. That actually makes sense. Thank you, Boris. Raul Alves says, Nice! Smiles Guy says, definitely not the final boss. We haven't fought and probably lost against Tanhony yet.
Oh, he's the secret boss.
Yeah, he's the boss.
He's like the Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, you have to get all the collectibles. You have to collect all 700 peanuts to fight him. Adogshij B says, we have finally hit 6,000, guys. Break open the beer. Hell yeah, buddy. A bush from the island of Borneo says, 6,000, one of my favorite thousands. This article elicits a bunch of emotions for me, somber, melancholy, and other emotions I'm unsure how to describe. But it also feels reassuring in a way. Rounderhouse did a fantastic job with this article. As for recommendations, I got some good Series 7 articles. 6140 of the True Empire, 6101 The Most Powerful SCP. I just want to read it on the merit of that name alone. 6380, The Irish Problem, and 6327, The Man Bear. Shythalia says, hold on, I'm going to watch this later, but I just want to say I really like the thumbnail and Tanhony is my new fave. Also, I thought the title was clickbait, but apparently it's not. Edit? Alright, I just finished watching this. Thanks for letting us know, Shythalia. And then, lastly, from an anomalous writer, our dear editor, who may or may not have done a lot of work here in this episode, but either way, we still appreciate him because he's the best ever, says, finally breached the 6,000 mark. Wowza. Series 7, here we go. Joke's on you. We read an 001 proposal from... How many years ago did you write this?
4?
Noise. Yeah, from 4 years ago, so get owned. Now, this was fun, though. And honestly, Locke, I feel bad... that like I didn't comment more like usual. I was just so invested, but I would love to have you on again at some point and read some of your like newer stuff.
Yeah,
and try and get the work out. Because I've only written one article, so I can't speak to this like someone like you who's been here for years. But to an extent, I kind of get how you feel when like I write other things and I want to work on other SCPs, and everyone's just like milk Jesus. You know what I mean?
Oh no!
Like I totally get how you feel.
I still can't hear you. But if you can hear me, I'm just letting you know that I still exist.
Fuck off! I hate Tanhony. I hate the Antichrist. Anyway, sorry. What were you saying, Locke?
No, I think maybe I should just feel lucky that I'm the sun guy and I'm not the milk cheeses guy.
That's true.
Hell yeah! Yes, I am.
That was actually perfect timing. If Tan can't still hear us. All right, well, I think we'll end off the recording here. Is there any last things you want to talk about, Locke? Should we interview you? I don't know. I feel like I want to break you out of your shell a little bit more and hear from you.
No, I think I actually need to start getting going, yeah.
All right, no problem. Well, thanks for coming on. This was a lot of fun to read. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time. This was a good article. Seriously, I can't stress that enough. I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times, but this is a banger. Certified Bop. And if you ever release an album, it will be in your best of hits.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.